Be me.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. It is me, JSA, the man with three first names, and Joe, the assistant, hanging out. And we are doing one final go at some Scrooge sketch plates. For those who don't know what a sketch plate is, sketch plates are these inserted drawings that are going to be inserted in the Scrooge book. Each one is original. Each one is mostly actually been done on this. And so we're kind of going to just jump right into it and start doing some Scrooge drawing and see where that leads us. I'm going to try to like square up my camera a little bit better. Joe, would you mind telling everybody about the Zoop and what they can go and click on that link and get?
Yes. Sorry. So if you head over to zoop.gg/c/Scrooge, the link is visible. It's right there on the stream, and it's also down in the description. So if you need it easy for you, we just added the sketch plates, like he was saying. We added 5 more of these because they sold out. So something like this. Oh, that's not for this.
I think they're all in here. I may have stolen them all.
No, I have a couple. So you'll get those. There's a Marley one. They're super cool. So we added 5 more of those. We still have pins available, prints. We unlocked the PDF tier, so everyone will get a free PDF that's buying a physical copy of the book. We have original art. If you're a small shop or you want to buy multiple copies, there's the retail copies. What else do we have? We have a few commissions still available, so you can grab those. We have the oversized ghost print. There's the original artwork, the 25-year-old original artwork. That's all still available. We have remarked Philadelphia volumes. You'll get a little remark Vampire Spawn. There's Prince, Hellboy, Beetlejuice, Spider-Gwen. All sorts of good stuff available. Go grab some of that original art. In theory, it'll only be available now and potentially one other time. So if you're interested in it, go get it while you can. Yeah, so we're going to work on these sketch plates, and those will be distributed at random. So you don't know what sketch plate you're going to get, which is kind of, I think, kind of cool. But that will come with your copy of the book. And we're on the road to 25K. We're trying to hit the 25K. We're just like sitting right under 2K. We're sitting under 20K. Excuse me. Jeez. And 25K will unlock the back matter. So it'll be the process of how the book was put together, changing the illustrations from the original 25-year-old illustrations to the new illustrations that we've been showing. So go support the campaign. Links on the screen, links in the description. Buy a book.
Spoken like a man who's been editing a video all day.
Yeah, buy a book, upgrade. If anything, if you already bought a book, maybe consider upgrading or grabbing some additional rewards. The enamel pin, I think, is super cool. It'll be Jason's first enamel pin. I'm pretty like versed in making those. So I was like, you know, I think we should do this. So those are going to turn out super cool. Go grab one. Put it on your backpack. Use it as an earring. Put it on your Crocs.
He's still going.
Yeah. Gotta hustle, baby.
And it's all slated to be out before the holidays. So consider getting Scrooge as a gift, or
Yeah,
for a local library, maybe.
Yeah, currently our expected ship date and everything should be like late November, early December. So if you want to pick up a copy as a gift or pick up multiple copies, like I told Jason, I was like, everybody's getting Scrooge for Christmas this year. Everybody's getting a copy. We have some people hanging out in the chat. I wonder if we can get the chat as rowdy as we got them last week.
Oh, depends.
We got Red Cat Man here. Said, what's up, gentlemen?
Yo.
We got Dave Croslin. What up, folks? What's up, Dave? Red Cat Man.
You guys see all my my new tattoos given to me by my son?
Is that what that is? I was gonna ask you. I was like, what is all that?
It's one of those where I'm like, he just went nuts, and then now I've started kind of getting used to it, and now I'm starting to consider like tattoos in those places.
Hell yeah!
So I think I'll have him and my daughter design them.
I'm like almost jittery. I'm like the opposite of the energy I brought last week. I'm like jittery. I had a very large Red Bull on the way over. I'm just waiting for the inevitable crash. I know it'll come.
Hopefully at 8 o'clock it'll come. Or 8:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta ride the high.
Yeah.
What character are you doing here? Is that Scrooge?
This Scrooge is gonna be Nightcap.
Oh,
Nightcap,
okay.
Grumpy Scrooge.
I was gonna say it looks like him, but then I thought he like might have a large mustache. That like where you put his mouth, you like I see kind of what you were going for there. I was like, what? I thought it was the guy smoking the pipe. That character.
Oh.
Yeah, he has that large mustache.
What's his name? Something Joe.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh, yeah. Joe's popping.
I'm the freak and I'm the man with the mustache.
You're a man with a mustache?
Well, kinda.
Which one?
No, I was kidding.
Oh.
Because his name's Joe. It's been a day. Matthew says, watching you make art from a Thai restaurant. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
You should get them to play it on the TV so everyone can watch. Usually like Thai restaurants have a TV. The good ones do.
Okay. Give him a squinty bastard eye. That's what we got. That's what this Scrooge gets.
He's getting a little bit of sass.
Yeah. This is that face where he's just like, they're like, this whole journey is going to do you good tonight. In his brain, he was just like, probably getting a good night's sleep would do me good. So I like that kind of just distrustful, like, this good humor. Dickens had these great little moments of genuinely, like, proper good humor. And that's what you'll read in Scrooge.
they're humorous and they're like real. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
funny
sorry.
to think even back then, like the sarcasm.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a fun little digression at the beginning talking about how Marley is dead. And he's like, he's dead as a doornail. And he kind of has this little moment. He's like, I don't know why doornail is kind of used for this particular metaphor. He's like, coffin nail, but that's what everybody came up with first, and I'm not going to dispute it. And it's fun. Not that you guys need me to give you the abridged version of Scrooge right here, but like, it's just such a fun story. If you haven't read it in a long time, or if you haven't read it before, it's really good.
But if you haven't read it though, just wait till you
Read
get
this
your
one.
copy. Yeah, wait till you get your copy. At this point, you've waited however long. Just wait. Let's see. Matthew said, "It's the laying of a far too interesting Thai fashion show."
Can't compete with that right now.
It's the playing. He corrected himself. It's the playing of a far too interesting fashion show. Red Catman said, "Hey Jason, I'm on vacation and found Nita Ha's Nightmare blog number 6, the variant with the skull above the easel, and found the trade paperback for Frostbite. What a find! Love the
Nice.
Evening Post covers.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
cool.
Those are good finds.
I love that. I asked the guys at Ink Pulp. I just did a thing with them, and one of the things I asked them was, what's one of the comics that you rebuy every time that you get a chance to? Joe, are you leaving?
No, I'm locking the door. Hopefully, I just don't.
Are
Lock
you
myself
scared?
out. Yeah, there's.
Don't lock yourself out.
The very first live stream we did, I locked myself out when I went to the restroom. And he had headphones in, and I had left my phone in here. So I was like, uh-oh. Because I was just manning the board. And I was like, I can't call. I can't do anything. I just had to keep knocking. And eventually you heard me. I don't think it was like too long, but I was like, uh-oh.
It was every kind of goof that you could have is what we did starting these.
Yeah, I think it's good though. It's like learning.
Yeah.
Like working out all the kinks. Like I feel like we progressively got a little better at this. I don't know if anyone else would agree, but hopefully. But I feel like we've gotten better at this. It's a little more efficient.
When you were playing with the door, I was asking if there's a comic book that you rebuy when you see it.
There's two. If I come across them, there's two. Jim Lee X-Men #1. That was like the very first comic book I ever got. And I remember like where I got it. I still have my original copy. It's like super beat up. I used to like carry it around with me everywhere. Like all of elementary school, I had the same issue, just like a death grip on it. And I would just like redraw pages from it. I would just stare at it. I was just like I never even got issue 2. It was just all about issue 1 for like the longest time. And then if I see any Elektra Assassins anywhere and they're like, if they're in like a dollar bin or something, I'll pick those up.
Nice. The dollar bin Elektra Assassins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to rescue those. Do you have any books that you pick up every time you see them?
I have like sets. When I find like Tech Sierra Ghost Riders,
Okay.
or even I haven't really just come across a lot of like the regular Spider-Man series, but like I do pick up Uncanny X-Men and Amazing Spider-Man with McFarlane. Those guys, I always just I'll rebuy and I give them to whoever.
Yeah, those are definitely like. Well, I don't know if they're around now. I know they were around.
What?
Those books, like just being in bins.
Yeah, that's where I grab the ones that are in the spindle there.
Oh, okay.
I don't get to check out a lot of bins though. Anyway,
Yeah,
but,
I hardly ever like check them out. Or the stores I go to don't really have much in them, or they've like limited them down because reasons. But I'll always like peek. I'll go through a little bit of it. I don't have all day, but
don't you?
no, I wish. Those are good. Those are good picks, though. Or if I come across something weird, like if I come across like a Verotic or something, which like doesn't, I'll be like, oh, even if I have it, or like a Bisley book, I'll just buy it. Even if I have it, I'm like, oh, what's one more gonna hurt?
Yeah, I fully agree. I would often buy heavy metals. Heavy metal definitely had a very special place in my heart. Very cool stuff coming out in the 90s from it and all of that. So if I do, if I can find like good dollar bin heavy metals, I jump on those.
There, a lot of those have like gone up in price, so like they're harder to like come across now in a bin.
Oh,
Like people are like, oh, I know what I have, like same thing with like old Fangorias. Like I love like picking up like an old magazine, like an old Playboy or something. Like those I'll pick up if I'm out and I go into like a thrift store or an antique store and they have anything that's like 60s, 70s, we'll pick those up. And I don't like catalog them, so I have no idea if I'm buying the same one like multiple times. What is that? That's only like 24 issues, and I probably definitely have rebought the same one more than once. Oh, that wouldn't be 24 issues. That's an entire decade. Never mind. I'm like, but I know I've rebought. But yeah, heavy metals. I just saw heavy metal issue #1, like the OG, the other week when I was at House of Secrets in Burbank. 200 bones.
wow.
But yeah, very cool. It was in like great condition too. It was very, very cool. But I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not spending like that. Trying not to spend like that,
Right. It's not like it's a concert shirt.
Yeah, tell me about it. I just saw The Weeknd. His merch was pricey.
Hey, everybody. If you like The Weeknd, he has 2 new, probably a couple more by now, but he has 2 music videos out called, Red Terror? Oh, no.
Yeah,
I lost the name.
Terror.
Red Terror. And I, along with director Eddie Alcazar, I did the storyboards and concept design for those 2 videos. And they're amazing. And they made me fans because I listen to the music when I work on that stuff, and it was great.
How did that get all like set up? Did Eddie just ask you to do it, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was kind of like wondering. I know we've kind of talked about it a little bit, like not on camera, but it's the other one is Open Hearts.
Thank you. Open Hearts.
Yeah, here I'll
Junk. So we're gonna start.
Yeah, if anyone wants to check those out, Open Hearts and Red Tear. Great songs, super sick videos. And then I think Open Hearts was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
And some of that work was also there. Which is super cool.
This concert was great.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. He played for like over 2 hours, barely like took a break at all. He like walked off stage for like less than a minute once. It was awesome. But his merch was really pricey. He had a $165 hoodie.
That's a lot for a hoodie.
Yeah, it is. That is a lot for a hoodie. I got the $125 hoodie, not the $165 hoodie. And then I bought the hat also.
What is the hat?
It's just the XO. Like his label.
Is it a baseball cap?
Yeah, it's like a dad hat. It's a dad hat.
It's that hat.
It's the one I'm wearing now.
Could have just said that. Would have made this a lot faster.
That's fair.
That was a nice hat.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't own a dad hat.
Really? As a dad, I feel like that's like a necessity.
I didn't know it was a thing.
You have your own like you have your own drip though, like your own style with your hats. Like
I'm too old for this lingo, man. You said drip, and I was just like, no, I don't. I'm healthy.
Yeah, you have your own IV drip.
I'm already getting.
You have your own style with your hats. Like, I honestly couldn't really see you like rocking a dad hat. Like you've like cemented your own style. You know what's funny?
Look at this. What? Different colors.
Not that it matters, but you know, there's not very many like comic artists or people in like the comics community that have like a distinct like look or style. There's like a handful. Like I would say you have your own style and like your own look. Like
this is an awkward conversation.
Frank Miller has his own like thing, you know, like where
someone
comfortable could draw them. Like this is the get up. It's almost like your own like costume. Like Frank Miller always has his little fedora.
Oh yeah.
But like, there's not really many. Like your thing, I think, is your glasses. I think they're very unique. I like them. I think they're fucking cool.
We're gonna talk about something else.
All right. We do have a bunch of questions. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Have you ever heard of Frank Turan? He did some work on Punisher. That one of Bullseye with the knife on the cover. I buy those when I see them. I like his style.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, Frank Turan was. I keep seeing on his Instagram. He kind of doing he's posting some comic book stuff. So I don't know. He might be coming back to kind of do his own thing. I love his stuff. That stuff is raw as hell.
Yeah, I definitely know what cover you're talking about. That's some cool shit. Is he coming back to Punisher? or just
No, I think it was those stuff I saw would look, creator owned stuff. I think he jumped over to like video games and stuff for a while.
Oh, okay, cool.
I would love for him to come back to comics. He did a Sabretooth What If one shot. That's like 48 pages. That was just brilliant.
Is that? I feel like you showed me that. Possibly. Yeah. You're like, have you ever seen this? And I was like, no, what is it? And then, yeah.
Sorry.
It was a
I always make a noise. Sorry, when I accidentally double tap the drawing.
Oh, not the double tap.
The double tap.
For anyone that doesn't know the double tap, it's Procreate. It's how you erase. And I feel like we've bonded over that when we switch from Procreate. Like me and Jason have bonded over when we switch from Procreate, we always end up double tapping paper. I do it all the time. I did it 2 days ago. It's just like built in.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing a lot of work. I'll do that. Way better.
So we got some more questions and comments here. Matthew says Wayshack has a repeating story in the new heavy metal.
Wayshack's doing a lot of comic stuff right now, and it's all very exciting because I love that guy's stuff.
Yeah, I love how like frenetic it is. Dow says, oh damn, that's a fun fact. Lee Smith, oh cool, I'll have to check out the weekend. Maybe this weekend. Nice. Lee also said, is Jason getting a new hand tattoo? Hopefully.
Yeah, my kids got me excited about it, so now I'm going to have them.
What would you get?
I would have them both draw something that they both like to draw. It'd probably be some kind of monster from Aiden. Ray would probably draw some cool stars.
That'd be pretty cool. I loved his makeup that you did on him. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool how he's like so interested in doing like all the makeups and the like the illusion hand thing.
Yeah.
It's like so fun. We got a question. Noah McNeil said, how did the concept for the Red Terror music video come about? Did you and Eddie go back and forth, or did one of you write the script first?
Eddie had a concept, and then we went back and forth, through the beats, and kind of did it that way. We done most of our stuff that way. Scripting, even for the film stuff that we've done, has all just kind of been immediately right there on the fly in the storyboards.
Was any of it like pre-laid out, like something scary, or did you guys just go with like the name of the song and work it out from there?
No, yeah, because Red Terror was the first one, and that was, and he said, the weekend was really into like body horror stuff, and so then he played one of the songs, and I was like, wait, this guy? So,
yeah.
And then I had to actually go through and see some of his music videos, and I'm like, oh my god, he really does like body horror stuff. He's just doing terrible things to himself in these videos.
Yeah, he dies in like more than like 60% of his videos.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. So, and then I'm basically there to like, I'll throw out little pacing and story and storytelling ideas. Then while like Eddie is like kind of really putting things together, and like this is the next event, and so I'll suggest little things to get us there and that kind of thing. It's a good collaboration.
Yeah, you've worked with Eddie quite a few times.
Yeah. I've been fortunate. Like it's a kind of a different collaboration, but that just kind of it's par for the course in my comics career.
Yeah, I've watched some of the like short films, like they're on YouTube. Yeah, you guys work well together, I think. He definitely like draws upon the same vibes you're putting out with like your artwork for like each project. Let's see. Dave Crosland, Joe, did you see Hurry Up Tomorrow, the Weekend in Jenna Ortega thriller? No, not yet. I want to watch it, but I heard not so good things, so I haven't seen it yet.
What is that?
It's like a movie he made.
Oh.
He like wrote a movie, and it's like lightly based on the concept of the album. Sorta. It's like a whole weird thing, but it's not like a direct adaptation of the album, but it's more or less like I guess it's like a thriller. Yeah, thriller would be like a proper term for it. But no, I haven't seen it yet. Dave, did you see it? I want to know. You don't have to say anything specific. You could just put your star level, how many stars you would give it out of 5 if you did see it. It was stated to be like the worst film of the last decade.
No.
Yeah, straight up. Like it was like a very like not even. It was more critically panned than anything, but even like audiences were like, "This is not very good." Burnout says, "Let's go." Mikhail Milton says, "Bah humbug."
Hey.
Burnout. Hey guys, Jason, is the project with James O'Barr still going to happen? Cheers from Argentina. Love your stuff.
Well, as you know something I don't.
We need to will this into existence. Somebody needs to commission you to do a really killer crow, and then it'll just go from there. There's still a few commissions left on the Scrooge campaign. Buy your commission. Tell us you want a crow. It'll get done, and then you'll have that crow that set all that up. Cos Graphics says, "Hello everybody. What's up, Cos?"
Hey man.
Dave
Long
Crosby
time.
says, "What's up, at Cos?"
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Lee Smith, have you guys seen the Terrifier movies? I have. Have you seen any of those?
No, not yet. I've just been made aware of them this last year, I think. I feel like I should have my horror card taken from me for saying that.
No, it's okay.
Because it's a whole, he's a whole character. He's like a whole thing. I had no idea.
Yeah, but that all came within like the last like 2 or so years. Like it kind of, like the first movie came out and was out for a while and like no one saw it. And then they crowdfunded the second movie being made. Like it was like partial crowdfunding, and then they got like some small amount of financing. But the second movie just like exploded. It was a phenomenon, and that like kind of really took it off. But yeah, I've seen all those. I actually have a picture with David in his makeup and like the and with Damon. So it's a picture of me with David in his Art the Clown makeup and Damon. Met them a few times at Monster Palooza. Let's see. Dave says, I haven't seen it either, but it's on my list. The trailer caught my interest. I don't normally watch trailers, but I did see the trailer for that movie because I was just curious kind of what the vibe of it was going to be. I heard a lot of people say it was the Idol 2.0, so which is like the other project he did with HBO. But yeah, I'll see it at some point. Maybe by next stream. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. Let's see. Burnout. Bleeding Cool did an article back in the day and showed some storyboard panels. Storyboard panels. A hooded guy, some rain, it looked cool. Cool. Is he just like the character? Lee Smith said. No, not at all. I mean, when he's in the makeup, he's silent. Like he plays it up, but you know, he's pretty normal. They're both super nice, normal dudes. Burnout, what was the Bleeding Cool thing you're referring to? Oh, whoa. Yeah, no, I found it. It's an article from 2012. And it says, James O'Barr and Jason Sean Alexander to create a new comic.
What?
Yep. And there's no more information. Dean Butters, that's such a wild name, reports for Bleeding Cool that creator of The Crow, James O'Barr, and Empty Zone's Jason Sean Alexander may soon be working on a comic project together. It may not be announced this week, but you can start looking for it soon. Both Barr and Alexander's comic work has been few and far between in recent years. If this comes together and he spelled together wrong, it may be a cause for celebration for many. And he also spelled celebration wrong.
2012.
Mm-hmm.
He just ran with it.
July 12th, 2012. So coming up on the anniversary of that article.
It was a great project. I remember it well.
It was so good, it never was released.
So good, it never happened.
And then for anyone that's just joining us, I keep seeing our stream number going up. Jason's working on sketch plates for our Scrooge campaign for our new book, which is currently crowdfunded. It's fully funded. We're just trying to get to the 25K stretch goal. So this is a sketch plate. It's essentially a unique sketch of a character from the story Scrooge, Christmas Carol by Jason Sean Alexander. And these are limited. They were originally limited to 10. We opened 5 more up due to demand. So if you guys want one, go grab it. It will ship with your book and they'll be distributed at random. We have a bunch of other cool rewards and tiers available. But yeah, we're trying to get to the 25K stretch goal, which will unlock additional pages in the back of the book, showing more of the process of taking illustrations that are 25 years old and making them what they are now and how that was done, how that was achieved. So go support the campaign. The link's down in the description and it's also on the right here on the window.
The book itself is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be a 200-page hardcover. It's going to be 10 by 10. It's going to be a really beautiful tome. Like 80 pieces, over 80 pieces of art are going to be in this thing. So it's not, and it has the original Dickens text and all of that. So it has a really beautiful classic feel. Hopefully some very atmospheric, emotive artwork. I think it's a beautiful project. Go check it out, guys.
Yeah, and we're there is a 20K stretch goal, which we're super close to. Which is going to be a cover upgrade. And so for the cover upgrade, I'm thinking, I know we had discussed maybe having a foil, but having the lettering be foil, but the 20K will be a cover upgrade. 25K is going to be what unlocks those additional pages in the back of the book. And
Ooh,
once
I
we
want
hit
the cover
25K,
upgrade.
yeah, I want the cover upgrade. I want all the upgrades.
I like spot gloss, but like foil is sexy.
I think the red foil like would look really good on this. And if we breach the 25K with the additional pages, we will throw a
Party.
30K. Well, we're throwing a party no matter what. The book's funded. We're throwing the party this December.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
But we will be putting up, like, if we breach the 25K goal, put up a 30K goal, but we have to breach the 25 to even know what the 30K is.
Oh, I know what it can be.
Yeah, I have quite a few ideas. And
oh my God,
great ideas.
Yeah, man, if you guys could get the word out and help this thing reach to a 30K stretch goal, like that would be incredible. There's only 8 more days left.
Yeah.
And so if you know anybody that likes to be that like savior person that likes to swoop in at the end and buy the things and save the day, now's that time. Now would be a lovely time.
Yeah, or if you're that killer person that does their Christmas shopping early, now's a great time.
This will be out.
Yeah, pick it up. It'll be home in time for Christmas.
We don't know how many extras we're going to be able to get for the order for the studio, so this may very well be your only real chance to get a copy of this book.
Yeah, don't sleep on it, because there's definitely a possibility that we won't have many extra, or that it will never be reprinted. So if you're a fan of Jason's, don't sleep on it. Just pick it up. You don't want to be paying eBay prices for this. No one wants to pay eBay prices for anything. No one's hyped to overpay for some, you know what I mean? We discuss that all the time because we both collect books. And I'm like, oh, he'll pull a book out of it. And I'm like, do you know how hard to find this is? And especially these like crowdfunded books, they're definitely a little more rare and unique. But ultimately, the way the campaign finishes will impact how many additional units we do order. So if you're interested in the book, just order it. If you already ordered it, maybe upgrade. Grab yourself an original. Upgrade to the sketch tier. Grab an enamel pin or the print pack or the everything bundle. Go crazy. Mortgage your house.
Talking art, people. Art.
I don't have any of the...
This is such a fun color paper.
Is that like a pink, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a salmon.
It's pink.
That's my favorite color.
I just found this pad today, so that's what got me excited. I was like, oh,
yeah, no, it looks super cool.
I don't even remember getting this pad. It's cool. Good man. This quarter's got it.
Koss says, have you guys seen Sinners? It's a banger flick, amazing music.
Don't yet. I am the lame of the lame, and I've been in my cave making comics and stuff. So I will see Sinners very soon. I'm gonna have to just suck it up and watch it streaming.
No. Wait, I have my Blu-ray is almost here. I'll just let you borrow it.
Is it gonna make my TV bigger? Your Blu-ray? My TV will be the same size?
I mean, if you want to pay for it, I could just let you borrow the Blu-ray.
Oh. I mean, we'll probably own
arts, I guess.
We'll probably own that one, yeah. I want to support, like, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite film of the year so far.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, dude, I love this. I gotta look up the what they call the color. I like it.
Salmon. Well, art supplies always have like goofy names. Like it's never just red. It's got to be like X, Y, and Z red.
Salmon.
They always have to make it goofy. Yeah, so that's why I'm like salmon, because it's probably listed as salmon. Strathmore's like, we can't just say pink. No one's gonna just buy pink.
Right. It's true.
That's the only reason I said that.
Is it?
They always do shit like that. Matthew says, thanks, Jason. Amazing work. Sarah and I are full of Thai food. We are headed home. See you soon.
Who?
Matthew.
Matt. Love to you and Sarah. Get home safe.
Yeah, please drive safe. Don't watch the stream while you're driving.
Good people. Oh, that's who was. I didn't catch the name. I just caught that they were watching it in a Thai restaurant. Matt's great. Matt's a good friend. Matt is he's a collector, but he's also the guy who built the Karen arm that is on the shelf up there. Cool. Yeah, he's a collector and an artisan.
Yeah, he's usually in most of the streams. He pops in.
Cool.
At the very least, he'll like pop in and say what's up and bounce.
Nice.
Well, that's really cool. He toured the studio before, right? I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. Nice. I feel like I was going to say I recall him mentioning it. Let's see. Lee Smith. Nice. It will be my first time reading the original text. Only read passages. Only read passages. Jeez.
Nice. That's exciting because it really is. It's so good. I'm going to do another Marley.
Erickson K says hi. What up?
What up?
Burnout. Oh no, it was all live from Bleeding Cool. Thanks a lot for the answer.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, especially 2012. I kind of like that would be utterly amazing.
That would be like if you did all of the panels as oil paintings.
No, my love of The Crow really comes from straight like that big, beautiful Eisner level pen and ink he was doing in the comic. His work in The Crow made me start drawing and understanding or seeing black and white comics. Like I was basically I wanted to be Todd up until I read The Crow. And then I was like, wait, what the hell is this? I didn't know about independent comics. I didn't know, like, The Crow was my first independent comic, really. And it just it changed everything. I was like, not only was I already into making comics, McFarlane had already done that, but like once I saw The Crow, I knew what kind of comics I wanted to make. And it's always been kind of like that staple for me because you can reread it now and it's still it's a beautiful, timeless, tragic story. But that's what really introduced me to black and white comics and pen and ink. And so if I ever got to draw a Crow story, it would have to absolutely be zip-a-tone and ink and everything beautiful about comics.
Sounds like someone needs to commission a Crow piece.
Yeah, I went on a little.
That's what I'm hearing. Couple commission spots available through the Scrooge campaign. Go commission that Crow. No, yeah, I know you're a huge Obar fan, especially Crow. I mean, that's such like an essential, like independent and like deeply, like truly independent. Like it would have been much harder to like put a small book together and like get it printed when that was created.
Yeah, dude, those were the because you're a good leap younger than I am, but those were the Caliber days. Caliber was just getting started, and Caliber in its early days had the Crow. It had Guy Davis was one of their guys, and I think he was doing Baker Street through Caliber, and then Dave Mack had started doing Kabuki through Caliber. Caliber was like the independent. It was the bee's knees. Back when there were multiple distributors and way more independent comic companies. Caliber was amazing.
Before it became a monopoly.
Yeah. Before now you got like 1 to 2 distributors and it ate up a lot of companies.
Yeah. I have some of the Caliber like Kabuki stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, I would, it was so long ago. Like we would be doing these little shows in Louisville, Kentucky. And we'd run over there and see, Dave Mack sitting at his table because he still lived there at the time, and he's always been kind of an energetic, crazy guy. So he would always leap over the tables. That was he was known for a while for all these convention photos of him leaping over the table.
That's so funny. He seems so calm too. I couldn't even imagine like.
He's just this martial arts guy though. So like you say like do something parkour, like because it's not like he like planted his hands and jumped over the table. He would do the dive and roll.
Oh, the like Power Rangers dive.
Yeah, he would dive over the table and roll, and I was just like, oh, he doesn't. He's not like
so funny.
Not a dork. He knows something. So it's like, oh yeah, that was intimidating. I was like, oh, I thought you was just going to jump.
I love like what Kabuki turned into. It's just like a super trippy, weird, like just painted, and it gets all crazy and weird, and gets like super experimental to where there's like not even panels anymore.
I loved it. He just really took that thing, and yeah, once you find yourself reading Kabuki and you're having to turn the page in a spiral kind of a way, at first off, I was like, it's that sticky or a catch, but then then it really clicked to me that I was like, holy shit, he's really making me participate and be a part of even holding this comic. Like, it was great. It was, whether that was his full intention or not.
It's like a more engaging, like reading experience.
Absolutely. You're interacting with the actual book, and you have to turn it and really you have to pay attention on a different level. And now that I'm saying all of that, Dave, if you ever catch any of these, man, I'm ripping that off. Just so you know.
Hell yeah. I'll send him like a formal email to let him know. Like, thank you so much.
I know he's out here somewhere.
We'll send him some comps. Yeah, I think he's pretty local. I think he's in like kind of like between here and like Pasadena.
Yeah. We kind of came up. He was ahead of me, but then I came up with guys like Eric Powell and Mike Norton, and more directly Mike Norton, but my buddy Mike Norton, who does Battle Pug, who also has a Kickstarter going right now. It started maybe, I think, the same day. Maybe the same day as Scrooge. I'm not sure. Oh, really? But he's also the co-creator of the comic book now TV show Revival, and on Sci-Fi Channel. And it's really kind of just surreal that my roommate, when I was in my early 20s, has his TV show right now. It's pretty just, I'm proud of him. I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
it's really amazing.
Hell yeah. Well, shout out Mike Norton.
Now I
Shout
want
out Battle
mine.
Pug. Shout out Battle Pug.
Yeah, Battle Pug.
I'm so bad with Kickstarter. I'm one of those people that usually waits till the last minute. Once in a while, I don't, but most of the time I do. Even if it's something I want, I'm like, oh wait. Looks like his project also has 8 days to go, and it just got funded.
Yay!
It just passed the his 14K mark.
Oh, I thought he was. Yeah, okay. You said he was onto his stretch goals now. Yay!
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad it
I'm
got funded. I'll have to pick up a copy of this.
enjoying the
beautiful.
I'm
And
enjoying these little
I
pen
love
renders.
pugs.
What?
I said I love pugs.
Everybody loves pugs.
I want a pug so bad. We can't get any more pets. We have a gang of pets, but one day I'll get a pug when I stay home more. When I work from home more, I'll get a pug. Yeah, Kabuki's awesome, but I know what I was saying was the Caliber shit is so cool. It's just so like indie kind of outlaw comics, like almost has like a little bit of like a little sense of like a manga vibe to it, just ever so slightly. I don't know. I love that like OG stuff like that where it started, and it's really cool what it transformed into, and like his whole style changed and everything and evolved. But let's see. Oh, I went to get the David Mack Marvel book, and it was sold out when I went to the shop on my way here, because we talked about that last week.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see. Amato says, if you could get other top tier artist friends with extended reach and large email lists to their communities to their community to support the campaign, that will help. That can help.
I thought you said that can't help.
No, that can help. That's a great suggestion.
Joe, don't be rude.
I'll be sending a lot of emails tomorrow. Thank you.
Amato, is that who? Wait, is it? That's not Alan, is it?
Identify yourself, Amato.
Identify yourself, Amato.
Red Catman, love that style of cross hatching. Mark Silvestri has some nice cross hatching.
Yeah, whenever I have, or if I know I'm going to cross hatch or play around with, line and stuff like that, my go-to is actually more of Topi. Sergio Topi had a very chaotic, amazing sculptural kind of hatching style. So anytime, especially if I have open areas, I'm just taking a page from his playbook.
Are you going to leave that area mostly hatched, or you don't know yet? You're just figuring it out.
I don't know. I like these though. I like how doing that. I'm in a hatching mood. It's funny, these things, especially before we do Scrooge, they were pretty much like on the whim of what it feels good to draw in that moment. But the little liney stuff is kind of fun to do right now. Taking a break from the brush.
That looks rad. That just added so much like additional expression to that face.
Yeah, he's I mean,
I'm gonna have to get me a sketch plate tier. before they sell out again. Dave Crossland said salmon is what they call it at Kinko's.
You trying your salmon.
I always wonder why he never seemed to do much work after The Crow, says Lee Smith.
Stuff. Reasons.
Stuff and reasons. Let's see. Amato, speaking of all painted frames in an animated movie, that's the beautiful film Loving Vincent about Vincent van Gogh. Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds cool, though. Let's see. And Guy Davis, do you know what happened to him? He quit BPRD and disappeared, says Lee Smith.
I do. Guy Davis became Guillermo del Toro's dude and has entered and has been a major player in the concept design world for many a year.
I feel like that's a pretty good reason to maybe switch fields.
I love his comic book work so much, and when I bumped into him, because we were really tight early on in my career, he really answered a lot of questions for me. He was just amazing, and his work is incredible. But when I bumped into him at a Monsterpalooza, that was my question, and he was just like, "Oh man, comics, comics is a lot of work." And especially if you're not really doing a lot of your own creator-owned stuff, which he was mostly doing BPRD, near the end. It just has a limited lifespan. You can only draw like a mad fiend on somebody else's characters for so long, and then movies gave him the chance to come over here and just draw monsters all day. So yeah, I think even if I got a chance to draw monsters all day, there's always still going to be some kind of comic in the works, because I just love telling stories through comics.
Yeah, you're definitely like a storyteller. And I don't think you can really, it wouldn't sit right with you just like leaving empty zone, like unfinished.
Blech.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you would say. Lee Smith said, I bump into David at gallery openings and conventions. Great guy.
Yeah.
Eric Sinke, another history for Hellboy? Question mark.
Another what? History? What is that?
Yeah, another history for Hellboy. I'm not sure. Is that a Hellboy book that I haven't? There's so many in that universe. I'd just try to stick to mainline at this point. Well, mainline's done. Hellboy in Hell. Did you see that's getting a library edition? Like the second half of that story?
The artist edition.
Yeah, I'll be buying that. Is this one of those books that they put out? No. It just looks like it's like a YouTube thing, maybe. I don't know. I know they've been putting out like the various like art of books and covers of Hellboy. Oh, I don't know. I was trying to figure out what Eric was talking about. Dave Crosland says Kabuki Scarab was a dope run. It was. They're all a dope run.
Yeah, I really liked, I know, Bendis would actually draw his books at the beginning, and I remember reading Goldfish, because he and Mac are buddies, and they all came up, and Goldfish was pretty fantastic. But you become aware pretty quickly that Bendis should be a writer, and not draw anything else.
I feel like I hear about that a lot, where like writers are like, "Oh yeah, I really wanted to be an artist, but I wasn't quite there."
Some of them still, some of them pull it off. Rick Remender can draw
I,
his ass
I was
off,
gonna
I think.
say he's a pretty good artist, and but he's like, I don't know if he would say he was an artist, but I know he definitely started out like I think he was inking even, and just like doing his own stuff.
Kirkman. Wait, did Kirkman draw the stuff before that he was independently publishing, or was he just writing it?
No, he was writing it,
Okay,
and
the Nun
then
thing.
no, I think that was Tony Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, they went to high school together. They're like childhood friends. Um, yeah, until it wasn't a friendship anymore.
Until they weren't.
Right. I will be right back. Apologies, everyone.
He's apologizing because I can't see any screens while I'm doing these. So I'm just drawing. For those who are new, sound effects. Sound effects are key. Dude, and these are the sketch plates. These aren't like doodles that I knocked out over the weekend and that's what you get. Like, these are really more like full mixed media pieces. So if you get the sketch plate option, which we just added 5 more because we sold out already. So if you get the sketch plate option, just know that it'll be a mystery, but it'll be a mystery I put time and care into. Marley dropping his head wrap. Thank God Joe's back now. He can quit just trying to come up with words.
Were you talking to yourself?
Under the guise of talking to a potential audience that I'm unaware of, as I can see nothing.
Yeah, I can see all the comments and everything. He cannot. So that's why I read them.
And they're like, Jason needs help or a friend.
He's fallen. He can't get up.
He's talking to himself.
Amato said, "No, I'm not Alan. I'm Amato." He also said Sergio Topi is awesome, and he is the influence on so many artists.
Oh, absolutely. I found him, I think, when I was in North Carolina.
Lee Smith said, "Wait, the guy who did the comic, the revival TV show, is based on Used to Be Your Roommate. Neat show, and Topi is one of my favorites."
That was a lot. You're gonna have to guide me through that. Yes,
Okay.
the guy who the comic revival, the art was drawn by Mike Norton and co-created, and that was one of my roommates in Nashville, Tennessee.
And Tim Seeley wrote that, I believe.
Yes, but he wasn't my roommate.
No. But that's awesome. Yeah, no, I got to support Battle Pug. We got to get on that before it's too late.
That's right. Right after you guys get your Scrooge copies, go over there and get you a Battle Pug.
Yeah, I'll let me see what I can do about Battle Pug.
You don't have to do anything about Battle.
Yeah, you can find it on Kickstarter. It's on there. We
Oh,
only have
that,
the
yeah,
PS1.
no, yeah, if you, yeah,
I was gonna say
yeah.
we're
No, I
just
didn't know what you were talking about exactly. I was just, but yeah, no, Mike is the best people. If you have a link or something, have at it. All right,
I saw
I'm fiddling around with this. Ah, too much, too much, too much. Where's the?
the fuck.
That did nothing. That did too much. Yeah. Oh, 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 stop it. See, for those who look at spatter and just be like, oh, that's when he's getting messy and blah, blah, blah. The level of control and redoing and all of that when you're doing spatter is
All right.
monotonous. Oh,
So
you
here's the
scared
link
me.
for here's the link for Battle Pug. It's like the longest link ever. But go support Mike's book.
Right?
Go check it out.
Who doesn't like pugs? If you don't like pugs, I don't think I want to know you.
Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Neither.
Neither. You're all good.
We have a dog.
I know I've met your dog.
Yeah. The
Your
kids
dog's
are a
super
dog.
sweet.
The kids are my family's animal. I apparently that is where I stop with some level of like empathy or something. Like I don't seem to have the love for pets, and I know that that just makes me a terrible, terrible person. But that's it. I like to sit down with a whiskey and watch a movie at night, and then the dog whines, and then I have to stop and put my shoes on and go wait for it to take a dump, so then I can go and pick up its excrement and then walk back to the house. And I blame my father. But yeah, I just feel like it just misses. I mean, I have kids. That's the thing I like to like love on and cuddle and
The
rough
kid,
house with. Yeah, goddamn dog.
not the dog.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Kids,
Well,
if you're watching
on
this,
that
I'm
note, go
sorry. I do
support.
love Maddie.
Yeah, on that note, go support the book about a dog.
Yeah, no, you should absolutely check out Battlefront. Okay, let's bring you back.
And your wife and kids are here.
Hi, guys.
Denora says, "Hey, Dad. Hey, Joe. Love the drawing, Dad."
Yeah, you guys show up right when I'm talking that nonsense.
Yeah, Dad, your drawing is the best in the world. Comment number 1. Number 1, bear. Number 2, buddy.
It's both of them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, my dog, she's old. Like all our pets are rescues. And she's basically like an old lady dog. She's little, she's white, she's fluffy, and she doesn't play with toys. She doesn't, she just likes to sleep and cuddle. But every time we go to start, like we sit down with dinner or we go to start watching a movie or watch something, she starts crying, wants to go outside, comes back in, wants to eat, then doesn't want her food. We put it away. She wants it again, then wants to go back. It's about a 45 to 2 hour ordeal to where sometimes we'll be like, I don't even want to watch the movie anymore. Like it just gets to that point where it's like, never mind, the moment's passed.
You chose it. You
I
chose
know,
that.
and I love her. She's my little bear. I love her. She's a complete pain in the nuts, but wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And then the cats get all crazy.
You're
and start
not good
running
at
around
trading.
the house. I'm not good at training. She's old.
You're not. You know, you're not good at trading. You said I wouldn't trade it for
trading.
anything in the world. I'm like, you just said she's a pain in the nuts, but you wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah, I stand by that. I guess I'm not a Trader Joe. You like that one?
Slowed me down.
Amato said Loving Vincent is currently free on YouTube Movies, and so is Mike Mignola Drawing Monsters, also free on YouTube Movies.
I've heard good things about that, Drawing Monsters.
I was gonna say somebody makes an appearance in that. They actually just uploaded like your extended clip of you doing the Abe drawing in the sketchbook.
Oh,
Like
really?
A week or two ago, yeah, they uploaded that.
Hey, everybody! We weren't playing. I'm actually in the documentary about Mike Mignola called Drawing Monsters.
Yes, and if you go over to their page, that video of you doing your Abe Sapien drawing in your sketchbook is on. It came up on my like YouTube recommended. I think one of the nights we did a live stream, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "When is this from?" And I almost texted it to you, and I was like, "Who uploaded this?" I was like, "It wasn't me. I didn't upload this." I was like, "When is this?" And I like looked, and I was like, "Oh, this is from the doc." Like, but it's like the extended like you drawing and talking, and it's a really cool little like 3 to 5 minute thing.
Yeah.
Burnout said, "Wait, is this the sketch plate for the book? I thought it was smaller." No, they're about like 10 by 10.
Yeah, this will be chopped.
Ones. Yeah, we're doing them on larger paper and then chopping them down, and then I'm adding the border and everything in post. So yeah, they're 10 by 10. They're not like massive. It's so they can go like ship with the book comfortably. We don't want them getting damaged or anything like that.
This paper is thirsty. This is some old paper. I'm gonna have to do
thirsty. She thirsty.
Thirsty.
Amato said, what did I do? Okay, Jason, have you checked out Alberto Maligo's paintings?
Alberto Maligo? No.
He's
I don't think.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh wow, that's so funny. I just started typing on my laptop. It's not that funny. I just reached over for the wrong keyboard. I have this one in front of me, and then the other one. Have you seen Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
He was one of the original artists, like working on that project, and a lot of the shape, language, and design and aesthetic comes from him.
Oh.
He was fired off the project.
Oh.
But he also did a lot of Love, Death, and Robots. If you've watched that on Netflix.
Yes. Okay, now
he's
done
starting to
feel familiar.
And then he has he makes like his own short films. Like writes, draws, hires the teams. Some of them he does like out of pocket even. Like if he's hiring animators or artists to like work with him, he'll just pay them out of pocket. But he's won a couple Oscars. I think he's won some Emmys. He's like a super talented
You just said that so casually. But he's also won a couple of Oscars.
Yeah, let me see.
You kind of buried that one.
Artist and animator. His accolades include an Academy Award, 4 Emmy Awards, and 2 Annie Awards. He was the art director on Tron Uprising for Disney and made his debut on his short film The Witness, created for the anthology Love, Death, and Robots. And he's done quite a few
Oh,
things for
I
that.
haven't seen that person. Could have saved all of that and just said The Witness. The Witness is one of
Oh, okay.
my favorite things in the world. If there were an Empty Zone live action movie or whatever, I would kill for it to look like The Witness. Like that thing. Uh, every once in a while, like you see things that inspire you, but when I saw that one, I was a little jealous. I was like, I want my stuff to look like this.
So
It's
the
beautiful.
way that looks is the way his art looks. Like
Well,
he
I didn't
worked.
know there was painting involved, like that he was a painter. So now I have this whole other thing I have to look up about him. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I like his stuff a lot. That's why I was like, do you know who that is? Because like I feel like you would know, like through osmosis of like seeing something he's created, but I didn't know if you knew him like by name. Um,
Look at
but
that, look at that mean ass Scrooge.
that is a mean ass. That's like when I mentioned Spy Kids, the look you give me. That's
You did it again. You did it. You found a way. You found a way to bring Spy Kids into this.
yeah, and that's the look that you give me when it's mentioned. That's the look everyone gives me when it's mentioned. The only person who gets excited is probably like Robert Rodriguez. He's like, somebody liked it. Um,
He's keeping a
uh,
tally. He's going to charge you.
oh no, he's gonna send me a cease and desist.
Like, you don't have the rights to
Cause like,
say
yeah, stop talking about this. Um, but Alberto's he does also do traditional work, but he works a lot of digital. Um, I'll send you his Instagram if you're not already following it. But yeah, his stuff's crazy. But yeah, The Witness is easily like one of the best like animated anything's like incredible.
rotoscope. Yeah. It really blew me away. It was this perfect blend of grounded realism, but also this kind of sort of like this animated cartoon like exaggeration. I'm like this. I want Empty Zone. Like this is what I'm trying to achieve, even in the comic. Like it was just amazing to see it in video form. Yeah, that was
I
such a great
wonder
short.
I, I wonder what the probability is. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see if we can get him to do like even like a 30-second thing to promote Empty
Yes,
Zone.
go ahead. You look right into
I'll
that.
bug him. I'll go bug him.
I need that. I love that.
Yeah.
Let's make
What
that
he
happen.
says no, and it's just like, oh okay, all
See,
right.
my wife. You sound like my wife now. Every time I start bugging out about something, she's like, if they just say no, it's all right. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah. It's like, what are you gonna loot? Like, if they say no, it's like, oh okay.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not like he did it and then he's like, actually, don't release that. That's way worse. Yeah, he says no, and he's like, but that sounds cool, but too busy. Like, I don't know. And you never know. People are like pretty open to stuff sometimes. It's better to check.
It's true.
You never know if the work could just resonate with him in just the way where he's like, I can't not do this.
Boom.
And then you guys make history.
See, this is what it's good to have a good like team around you people.
I was gonna say I'm Team JSA.
Yeah, I love it.
Burnout said Kirkman did all the storyboards for Tony Moore and Battle Pope, and for the first
Battle
issues
Pope.
of Walking
Thank
Dead. Yeah,
you.
they're re-releasing that.
Well, after the first arc of Empty Zone, the new Empty Zone series, which I guess is looking more like next year. But after the first arc, we'll be releasing the 300-page Empty Zone omnibus, which will have everything ever published and not published of Empty Zone. But that'll be next year. 300 pages of that bad boy.
I was gonna say I'm looking at like a stack of about 290 pages of it right now. It just sits across from me every day.
That's right.
All
right, we're coming back to Sinister
Amato
Face.
said, looking nice, Jason. It is looking nice. And if you want to grab one of these, they're available. There's only 5 more, I think. Let me see. There's only 5 more available. We released those today. You have 8 days to get it. Grab them before they're gone forever. Or they sell out, because we won't be adding any more. It's just these 5, and then they're done. They're donezo. Lee Smith said, "You guys know of the artist Nick Stackle?
Yeah. I know
I
Nick.
loved his work. He seemed to disappear.
I saw
And
him
the
not.
action work.
I think I saw him mentioned not long ago in comics. I think he's doing something. But that's literally as helpful as I can be, so I'm sorry about that.
Let's see. Is he working? I don't see anything. Like anything current. There's an article from 2004 about Hyde, but yeah, I don't really see anything current. I'll have to do some more digging later. Erickson K. Plans to visit Mexico to a comic expo. That will be awesome. Question mark and exclamation point.
What time of year is it, if you don't mind my asking?
Like currently, we're in July. Or are you talking about the expo?
Yeah, the expo. When is the expo?
I'll look.
Joe.
I love that I look up Comic Expo Mexico and it comes up Cincinnati Comic Expo. Not the same thing.
This is like the
Looks
only
like
sketch plate that has a scene.
it looks like they have a May one, from what I can tell. So we would have just missed it.
That's probably good weather. All right, yeah, probably. I'll look into next year.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be doing some digging on that as well.
Yeah.
Did you say this is the only one with a scene?
With a scene, like everything else is mostly portraits.
I like it. It's a definitely like a unique one.
I love the Christmas future. He just has a whole different thing. He don't care.
I was hoping you were gonna do one of him. He's like the most like imposing, like classically imposing, like kind of creepy.
Ominous. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's a dark vibe.
Yeah, Marley tries to be scary, and he is. But this guy doesn't try to be scary. He just is. He's your future.
Marley's just straight up like a dead man. Like,
yeah.
You know,
there's like no more classic ghost than Marley, like literally shaking chains and wailing. It's just wonderful.
He's just blue.
And you can see through him. I didn't, would have liked to have done more of that.
Lee Smith said, I hope Jason's dog doesn't watch this stream. I hope not too. Denora said, ha ha ha, Trader Joe. It's me. Worst trader ever. Lee Smith, I was in the Kickstarter for that, framed a little postcard of Jason's Abe drawing. Oh, nice. For the Mignola movie.
Oh,
The
that's
Mignola
cool.
doc. Yeah, that doc was cool. It was I don't know if it was the same creative team. It felt very much like the Dave Stevens one. Like they had that same like kind of vibe.
I didn't see that Dave Stevens.
I think it's on Amazon. Sometimes I'll just like go through and watch all of the like the Frazetta one, that one, now the Mignola ones in the rotation. I'll watch them all in like a day. I don't know why. They're just like kind of comforting and interesting, and they kind of like inspire you.
There's one on
To be able
Frazetta
to,
that I.
like, oh, the Giger one too. I'll watch that one. Also.
What was it on? I think on one of like the Independent Film Network or something like that. They're going to be shoot, I forget what channel. I saw a whole thing. They're launching. They're putting out like a series of like not a series, but they're replaying like the best documentaries on famous artists, like one on Picasso and stuff like that. There's a couple
Oh,
that
cool.
I've seen before, but yeah, there's some and somebody is making kind of like a whole event of playing amazing documentaries about these artists, and I forgot.
Oh, rad. Okay. I'll have to look that up. I don't have cable, but I could probably figure out a way to watch it.
I think it would be on a streaming thing.
I was gonna say there's got to be a way to stream it, even if it's like IFC or something. I haven't had cable in like over a decade.
Same.
I just pay for every streaming service ever. Got them all.
I just pay more than cable.
Yeah, yeah. The defeat. And they're like, well, you don't want ads, do you? It's just an extra $10 for no ads.
Yeah. Sons of bitches.
Dave said, "Woo! The border and logo on the sketch plates are a great touch. They are, aren't they? I love them. And if you look close, they're a little broken. I like it. I like it. I love it. Grab your sketch plate." Dave Crosland said, "What's wrong with Spy Kids?"
Are they commenting on this stuff like a long time ago, and you're just not getting to them?
I don't know what time it is, but it was like 12 minutes ago. It was like when I mentioned it, and then there's sometimes is like a flurry of comments. So, and then we'll be talking or we'll be addressing a comment. So sometimes they're a little harder to get to.
A flurry.
I'm usually reading them like chronologically. So, Matt Nick says, "Evening, everyone." Evening, Matt. Let's see. Dave said, "Carol Kane's Ghost of Christmas Present in Scrooge was pretty wild, adorably violent."
Oh my God! Yes, Scrooge is one of my favorites, the Bill Murray one, and she is so funny, and like I forget how old I was when I first saw that, but like she takes him out, and I just remember falling over laughing when Bill Murray has the line, "Oh, the bitch hit me with a toaster," and like because she just clocks him in the face, like she's this weird, silly, violent version of the ghost, and she is a treat. Both of them are, and that whole movie. It makes me cry.
Eric Sinkay said, "La Mole convention in Mexico is twice a year in March and September." All right. Well, I'll be looking into that.
What's the better weather?
That is a good question. Yeah. What's the better weather? It's in Mexico City.
Yeah, what time of year has the better walking around, checking out the place weather? Like I would like to go back to I haven't been to New Orleans since before Katrina. But I just also, other than enjoying myself, I also remember the humidity was pretty insane because it was like August. So I would love to go back to New Orleans, but only at a very specific time of year when it's less armpity.
That would probably be for the best. Yeah. Less armpity.
It was so
Yeah.
humid.
Nothing's worse than bad weather. Nothing is worse.
Some things.
Yeah, I'll have to look more into this convention here. I found their website.
Yeah. No, I figured he would answer, or he would be able to have an answer if he chimes
Oh,
back
for the
in.
weather?
Yeah.
Come on, Eric. We got to know about the weather.
Best
Can
to ask the people on the
can
ground.
you come hang out and be our translator? Because we'll need it.
We will need it.
I have a friend who always, yeah, I swear, every time I see him, he goes, "Do you speak Spanish?"
Like,
I was
not
like,
yet.
"Please." Like, yeah, we've been friends for like 3 years. Don't ask me if I speak Spanish. The answer will never change.
What do you got against learning Spanish?
Nothing. Well, now it's going to be like vindictively to like not do it so that I
You
can't
have to
feel
do
like,
it. You
yeah,
just can't ever tell
no.
him.
Oh, just do it and like never let him know.
Never let him
Yeah.
know. Let him always have to ask the questions and know where stuff is. What time is it? 8:07. We're moving on. Look at this. Look at this. Come on.
Hell
This
yeah.
is a sketch card. Are you kidding me?
And these
Putting it
will be
in.
the sketch plates.
Putting the
These
work
will
in.
be them.
Yeah. These aren't like here's ideas for sketch plates. These are going to be cut down and the title printed on, and let's pull out Marley and get him finished up before we leave today. Look at that terrifying face. Oh, I'm
I love that it's on
sorry.
that like pink paper.
Salmon.
Salmon. Salmon.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Some salmon milk. He's so terrible.
What was I saying? Oh, mustache. I was saying it like weird earlier, like mustache. Salmon. Do you say tarantula? Or do you say tarantula?
Are you
That's a real question.
who asked it?
I did. It's
Are
because we
you
said,
okay in there?
yeah, we said salmon weird. And then I've had multiple people say tarantula in reference to like tarantula to me.
Joe, no one has ever said tarantula to you.
I unfortunately have had that happen, and I was like, "Excuse me." It was one person from Canada, and the other person was from Washington State, and they both said that that's how you say it, and I was like, "No, you're wrong." And they're like, "That must just be a California thing," and I was like, "No, that's a world thing. Something's wrong with you." I was just curious if you had how you would say it, but
Say it
clearly
the
you say
right
it the
way.
right way. Yeah, the right way. Oh, okay. Eric said in March, I think is the best weather. And sure, I'll be the translator. Hell yeah.
There we
I guess
go.
we'll see you in March, dude. Do they have, I'm sure they do. Do they have conventions in like Louisiana?
Yeah, they have them in every state.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, like that makes sense. I feel like we have the least amount of conventions here.
I think there's a good number.
Like in Southern California, I feel like there isn't like a ton of like really like there's obviously like San Diego
Dude,
and
there's
then
San Diego and there's
LA.
Anaheim and LA, Long Beach. How many conventions you want? Go. What?
No, I mean like more comic focused ones. Like there's a good number of like horror conventions and like anime expos this weekend at the convention center, but I
Long
don't
Beach
know.
is
I
good.
just
I like the
I
Long
just
Beach Comic
are
Con.
you talking about WonderCon?
Long Beach. I think WonderCon's
Long Beach?
Anaheim.
Yeah, it's at
Yeah, no,
the
it's just called the Long Beach Comic Con.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
They have twice a year. Then like Monster Palooza, like a big one and a small one.
Oh, okay.
I met some good
That
people. I
sounds
like
cool.
that show.
Rad. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. Oh, looks like it's associated with San Diego, maybe.
Oh, that might be.
Unless Google is deceiving me. No, not associated with San Diego. But this looks cool. Okay, cool. Well, okay, there's more than I thought there was, I guess. There's more than I thought there was. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I see like the fan expos and all the crazy cons, and I'm like, why don't we have those?
Oh, you want the wrestler shows?
No, I mean not particularly, no, but like I don't care about all that, but I don't know. Some of those shows look pretty cool, and they draw on like crazy crowds.
It's the wrestler shows.
I just go to conventions for artists. So the wrestler shows, yeah, yeah, they always have the wrestlers.
Yeah.
You can go meet Chris Jericho.
Right.
I would say
I
it
just
was an
walk.
order, but he's dead.
Oh, I just walk around the openings of those shows and look at those names. I'm just like, I have no idea who any of these people are. I haven't
Lee
paid
Smith
attention to
said
wrestling
there.
in a minute.
Lee Smith said there are no tarantulas in Canada or Washington. They wouldn't know how to pronounce it. That actually like makes sense. Well, thank you for validating me, Lee. That backs up the facts. No wonder they wouldn't know. They've never seen them. The wrestler shows. That's fucking funny. Yeah, I feel like a lot of shows are guest heavy now.
Yeah, they have yeah, because a lot of those, especially in the middle of the country, they can't just rely on comics because a lot of people, don't not fully dedicated to that. But what they can rely on is like, old, sci-fi TV show or old sci-fi movies and horror. So like that's when you get like a lot of the the actors that do a lot of shows and that you get those are like those middle of the country, like people are just there to see hopefully like William Shatner or something, which I understand. I too would want to see William Shatner, but while you're waiting, why don't you buy a comic book or some art?
Do you feel like those shows have like great sales, or are they just like kind of
No,
every other show?
they're okay. They're not great sales, but they tend to be somewhat surprising sometimes, and it's always just a fun thing. Like I was talking to a friend the other day of just that the magic of Comic Cons has never left me. Like on day one of any convention, I'll walk in there looking for my table, like it's the first show I've ever done. I'm just excited. I'm like, I'm at a comic book convention. I love comics, and so that's just it's never gotten boring or tired of it or anything like that.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I love tabling at a show or like doing a booth
Yeah,
at a thing or like
yeah, I
working
love
a
this
merch
stuff so
booth on a
much.
tour. Yeah, like I love that stuff. Like I like Yeah, we've talked about it before. I'm a maniac too. Like, I'll stand the entire weekend. Won't sit down. Won't hardly will eat anything. Just standing ready to like talk to people and um,
Yeah, if my friends are on there, if they're out there listening, like I don't sit. I hate sitting. I like engaging.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm like, I think I'm introverted. I've been told that I'm not necessarily, or it depends on the scene. And I would like agree maybe more with that. But in like a situation like at a horror convention or a comic convention or something, I'm like, oh, these people are cool. I want to talk to everyone.
Oh, that's when you come out
I
of your
want to
shell.
engage. Yeah,
So, yeah.
definitely more of my like when I'm in the zone, come alive a little more.
Same. I like talking to I like talking and doing all this stuff.
Man, that white pencil is just so good.
That works. I like tonight. What are we getting? We're 30. Okay. Got another 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, are we getting there?
I thought it was almost at the thing. I kind of just wanted to play around a little bit more.
And next week will be our last public like live stream to support Scrooge. So if you want to join us every week, go
You
join
can
us
do so
over
at
on
Patreon.
Patreon.
We're there. We're here every Thursday making the arts. We're just exclusive about it.
Yeah, we do like one free one a month usually.
Yeah.
At some point in the month, we'll do a free, fun free one. But there's a lot of cool stuff over on Patreon. We've been doing some painting. Jason's been back on the painting game, the oil painting game. So that's been a lot of what we've been showing lately. There's always teasers of projects that haven't even been announced yet on there.
Yeah.
Secret stuff. So if you want to be part of the secret club, you go join as like a studio supporter or a hire. We do have a mentorship tier where you'll have art reviews and a Zoom call, Jason, and go over your pages and your portfolio. So that's available. We also have a collector tier. We haven't really been promoting the Patreon a ton lately, but we have a collector tier. So once you've been a patron for a year, you'll get a commission, but you won't be paying for it. It'll be like through that service. So that is also available. So go join us. We also have a free tier. Sometimes we'll just post on the free tier and engage. And we also have a fun chat. So if you guys like chatting, I saw, especially tonight, some of you guys were chatting with each other. If you want, there's a chat that we have on the Patreon, so you guys can hang out and chat on there. Show each other's work, talk, make friends. Especially, I believe a lot of people are artists or trying to break in. So go on there, hang out, talk. Join the mentorship tier if you want portfolio reviews, pointers, tips. We're gonna at some point in the nearish future, we'll be rolling out like a art class of sorts. So that'll be something we're gonna probably experiment with a little first on Patreon. A little bit of experimenting. Back at old Squinty.
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 Squinty Mick, I don't trust you. That's what he's saying.
Did at any point where you like, should I add like did you ever think of like maybe redoing this project as like just straight up a comic adaptation?
No.
Or it was just always like the format we have?
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea of having one of like a fully illustrated, you know, adult book under my belt instead of just all comics, like mixing it up. I can't hear you anymore, Mr. Joe.
Oh no, they're on. Am I back?
Yeah.
The AirPod died, and I had to switch it. I guess it muted me when it died. I like the format of the book. I like the layout. Like everything's key art. Everything is like it conveys the entire story, but every like page is like its own panel, and it's like essential. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like kind of going through the book map, and I was like, I wonder if you ever thought to like maybe just turn this into a comic at any point.
No, the only thing I've really kind of played with was I guess the idea of because the Scrooge, because of how it's done and because it comes from a time, especially at a time when I was illustrating before I really kind of grew into painting and using photo reference and models and everything. So this was still drawn pretty much, you know, freehand out of my head. And I wanted to keep that kind of energy. But as far as like if there was anything beyond this, I have thought a couple of times of like if I did do a Scrooge without having discovered this, it would look like a pretty different book. And I keep getting a couple of images every once in a while in my head like that. So it might be fun to do a different kind of like print set or portfolio set of what I would have done with Scrooge in a different light, more realistic, a little bit more terrifying.
That would be pretty cool to do.
But right now, like I'm with you. I think this is kind of my favorite version. I like it all. I like that it all worked out this way. So I just think it's a better looking book.
Yeah. And what it's been like 3 to 5 people. Oh no, like 6 people have seen the book. Um, like basically like the entire thing. It's nuts. I think it's your best work. I know we say that every time, but I truly believe it. Best work to date. So go support it. Go lock in your rewards.
That's right. Support. Thank you guys for supporting everything so far. Thank you for joining us tonight. I think I'm gonna take off and go you know, roughhouse with those kids. Oh my.
Oh, we have one last little thing because we were talking about Patreon. Matt Nick said, "I loved everything about the Joker Jason posted the other day. The colors were beautiful."
Thank
Join us on
you.
Patreon. Go check it out. Thanks, Matt.
Just giving a quick night in review of sketch plates that you can own slipped into your copy of Scrooge, A Christmas Carol. Original text by Charles Dickens. Artwork by me. Over 80 pieces. Plus amazing sketch covers. Or sketches. And so there you go. Everybody, you know, if you can get the word out, sharing this and spreading, you know, telling everybody else to check it out is always a huge benefit. And like I said, it's funded, so we're excited. We're going to get to make the book no matter what. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming in tonight, hanging out with us, joking around with us while, you know, we're making some sketches. And we'll be back next week. You said with our final Scrooge sketch plate thing. And but until then, yeah, if you send your friends to Zoop, check out the book, check out all the art, and we appreciate everything. The book will be out. It's going to be a beautiful 10x10 hardcover, and yeah, it'll be out in time for the holiday.
Yeah, link in the description below. We have prints on there. We have pins. We have all sorts of reward tiers, all different prices. So if you can't go as crazy to go and grab an original page or a sketch cover or one of the original Scrooge drawings, there's something on there for everybody. Like the pin, we kept that price pretty low. There's all sorts of cool stuff on there. We really want to get to that 25K stretch goal. And if we get to the 30K, it's gonna be a really cool one.
Yeah.
But we won't even announce what the 30K is until we get to the 25. That's how cool it is.
I love it.
Got to unlock the announcement.
Yes, only eight more days. So anybody that just wants to be the hero and tell people and find the right people that just want to come and swarm us and buy tons of copies, this would be the time to do it.
Yeah, do your Christmas shopping early. Grandma's getting a Scrooge. Grandpa's getting a Scrooge. Everybody's getting a Scrooge. You're getting one. You're getting one. Everybody.
That's it.
Yeah, but go support the campaign. Just post about it. Post it in your story. Tag us. Let us see that love. Yeah, even then, if you want to post about it, that's free. If you can't support the campaign, it's much appreciated.
Hells yes.
Just share that with everybody.
Are there any questions or anything anything before we scoot?
There is. Dow says, thanks for the stream, y'all. Dave Crosland says, killer work. Denora, hey dad, when are you coming home? I love your drawings, but I love you more. Parentheses are.
Oh, my raised do. Coming home now. Packing up. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And check out the Patreon for more secret stuff that we can't post anywhere else. And if you can't make it over there, we'll see you next week here. Thank you.
Later, guys.